If you did not know, there's this thing called memberships on a YouTube channel. He just launched it. You should definitely be a member. On the bottom tier, you're gonna get emojis, custom badges. So anytime you leave a comment in a live stream or a comment on the channel, you're gonna have a little badge next to your name that differentiates you. Lets you know you're a part of the Harmy.
We actually did my first members only live stream. Only have 11 members currently, so it was literally just me and 11 subscribers just talking like half an hour. That was a lot of fun.
There's a lot of perks. You see the membership button next to the subscribe button. It says join. Click it. There you go.
Now, on to the video. Hello everyone, my name is Holden Hardman. Thank you so much for joining us again for another video. This has been highly requested for us to watch WandaVision. I was not sure we were going to get to watch it, but Matt was the one that actually suggested that we watch this, so you can thank Matt for this episode. Thank you, Matt.
Get up.
Oh, sorry, okay.
Because I understand what is popular and what's not. I don't fly by the seat of my pants like this guy as much as he does. All right, go ahead.
I'm really excited to get into this. I have not seen any of it either. Right now when we're filming, there's 3 episodes that are out. By the time this posts, I think the 4th one will be out. We will not have an episode next week, but we'll have one the following week, so we'll do kind of 2 episodes every other week, just depending. I almost forgot, we actually have a very special guest today. Vision himself has joined us. Vision, how's it going, buddy?
It's going good, Holden. I can't do Holden in these voice. I just can't.
What are we doing? Vision?
Yeah.
Ready? I'm gonna stand behind you. So
Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
Whatever you feel like, just...
Whatever you feel like, sir.
That sounds like Sean Connery.
Yeah, all Brits sound the same for me, I'm sorry.
We all need to be quiet.
I'll crush you with my bare fist.
I'm looking forward to this. My concern is that Jen has actually not seen any of the Marvel movies, so I'm like, well, this is going in just straight up spoiling stuff. I've asked them in the first 2 episodes, there does not seem to be any spoiler as far as storyline stuff. I was gonna ask you, because you're the only one that's seen up to episode 3, correct? Mm-hmm. Are there any spoilers in that one, as far as you know?
It's a difficult thing to decide what is a spoiler. I mean, there's allusions to the MCU throughout it. I don't think that anything is going... It's got to directly spoil eventually. I don't think episode 3 is where it gets there yet, but in my estimation, it's like everything in this series is building off everything that's happened up to this point. So you're kind of gonna have to reconcile those 2 things. I don't know. I don't know if what you would consider a spoiler, but I do know I've been really curious about what a non-MCU viewer would think about this show because it exists totally on its own.
That's actually my thoughts too. We're all pretty versed in it. I would say Jen is too. Matt doesn't care. And Jen has not seen any of it.
It's all trash.
Yeah, so we're gonna have some varying opinions. I just don't want anything blatantly like, you know, meat and potatoes, like endgame type of things being spoiled.
No,
I don't want any of that.
I think episodes 1 and 2, 100%, there's nothing to worry about. I've watched them a couple times because they were so detached, and I tried to figure out if I missed a couple things. Besides their names of Vision and Wanda, which obviously there it is. That's all really. The rest of it is its own thing. Like Jeremy said, it might change, but I think she's fine for the first 2 episodes.
Jenna, how are you feeling going into this?
I'm curious, like, where in the MCU timeline this happens or that sort of thing. I don't really know anything about this other than it looks kind of interesting. So I'm curious to see what happens.
Yeah. I too am kind of curious because it's like a 50s sitcom reference at least. I don't know if they're in some sort of weird universe or whatever, which I love, but I know that there's got to be I'm thinking of some sort of multiverse thing that they're here. I don't really know. Matt, why did you want to watch this, and what are you thinking going into it?
Well, guys, I never tell the truth about these movies.
Boys.
So, when I heard WandaVision, I hadn't seen any commercials, I hadn't seen anything about it, and had absolutely zero clue what it was about. I just kept hearing WandaVision, and I was like, that's gotta be some nerd shit, I would imagine, so we're gonna have to dive into that. I saw something on YouTube that kept popping up with the 3-second skippable ad, and I immediately was like, I don't wanna see anything, I gotta skip it. I just felt that it was quite hot, and I texted Holden, I was like, we gotta do it, let's do it, and then...
Oh, so hot right now, WandaVision. WandaVision, so hot right now.
So hot right now, Hansel. I love Vision.
Great reference, I'm glad you got it.
Oh yeah, love that movie. I've seen a lot of movies. I love Vision.
I love you too.
I mean,
I love you too.
I love Vision, and I'm very fired up for that. So regardless of what y'all think, even though I dislike all of Star Wars and all that, if something is popular and everybody is like about it, I want to know why. What is the allure? What is the attention? And I want to know why. I'm gonna give it a shot. Just like I gave Mandalorian a shot, I'm gonna give WandaVision a shot. So let's give it a shot.
Since Jen is the only one of us that has no idea, this has got to sound really weird, us talking about multiverse and Vision and these weird characters. 23 movies deep into the MCU, now going into series of the MCU. What are you thinking going into this?
I'm a little apprehensive only because first thing I saw when I came into Matt's house was Glenn, and that was a bit concerning.
I think she just name dropped his actual name. I think that's the first time.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned. I don't know anything about the Marvel world, but I have heard people mention WandaVision in some of the comments for Star Wars. So I know that it's quite popular, and you know, I always go into it with an open mind, so we'll see.
It's a universe. It's not a world.
All right, guys, let's get into the first 3 episodes of WandaVision. It's literally been over a year.
Yeah.
Hasn't it?
This the Dave Chappelle show?
Wife for the flying saucers.
My husband and his indestructible head.
Aren't we a 5F?
What do you?
I like how these are 2 of literally the most powerful characters in all of Marvel, and they're just like...
Yeah, and they're now in front of a live studio audience.
Golly, you settled in fast. Did you use a moving company?
I sure did. Those boxes don't move themselves.
Big house.
Oh no, I'm not single.
Let me tell you, what Ralph could really use is how to goose your wife so you don't lose your wife.
Jesus Christ.
Superman.
Wife and I are looking forward to this evening.
Mr. Hart, of course.
Employee dinners are a rite of passage for the new hire. Jones over there failed miserably. Isn't that right? Best of luck out there in the unemployment line, Jones. Well, success to being...
What about seduction techniques?
Do I have those?
Of
Is
course
this what
you
I
do.
Love Lucy was like? Good
Just
lord.
out of curiosity.
You could point out that the death rate of single men is twice that of married men.
Now that's romantic.
There's an awful lot riding on this one, Wanda. I think this could be the end. Look, I think the best course of action is to impress the wife.
And I think the best course of action is to impress the husband.
A lot of these sitcoms are kind of around miscommunication as like one of their main driving things.
Yeah.
Awful to me.
Is your husband
okay.
tired of you burning his toast?
Oh my God.
The all-new Toastmate 2000, 5-Star Industries. Forget the past. This is your future.
Dude, I love her, dude.
How very atmospheric.
What's going on here, Vision? You blow.
Is that 70 show?
Guess who?
Wanda!
Vision?
My wife is from Europe.
Oh, how exotic.
You don't break bread with bullshit.
That man through there is my boss, Mr. Hart. A heart on the calendar was an abbreviation.
Oh, Agnes, you're a lifesaver.
What kind of housewife would I be if I didn't have a gourmet meal before just lying about the place?
I'm waiting on it to like split off. All right, this show is a job.
Let's take out the papers and the trash. Or you won't get. How can I be of assistance?
Well, the chicken is no longer
big that
chicken,
kitchen
and
is.
the lobsters just flew the coop, so the steak.
This could all be fixed with Blu-ray
Who back to you?
freshly, just saying.
We've been using HelloFresh.
Were either of you aware that married men are killing single men at an alarming rate?
What's going on about?
Who could that be?
Coming!
Oh, my head is spinning.
You hear that? My wife's head is spinning. Generally speaking, I don't like her head to do that. I'm beginning to think you're not management material, Vision. You know, I had high hopes for you. Now, what are we going to eat?
Dinner is served.
What brought you here? How long have you been married? And why don't you have children yet?
Moved from where? Married when?
No, patients are good. They're setting up their story. Let them tell it.
Why did you come here? Damn it, why? Why did you...
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Vision, help him.
This guest is leaving your home. What a charming door knocker. Good night.
We don't have an anniversary.
Huh. Today could be our anniversary.
Of what? Surviving our first dinner party?
Precisely. I do. Wanda,
Yes, dear.
are you using your powers to turn on the light?
Yes, dear.
Allow me, sweetheart.
2 separate beds.
Well, that's how it was too. Like that's how people literally live.
What do you see?
Only your lovely rose bushes.
Oh, this is getting ridiculous. I'm going to take a look. Well, I think we handled that well.
Yes, I must say I'm rather proud of myself. Get the light.
Shit. Oh yeah, well here, Bewitched. What time period would this be? Late 50s, early 60s?
Exactly on the decade, because some of them ran 58 to 62
Yeah.
or something.
Ladies and
Bad, but
gentlemen,
it sounds like I wrote that.
for my final trick, I bring you.
That's all makeup?
Attention has such elaborate props. Abracadabra! Ta-ta!
This is our home now. I want us to fit in.
Oh, that's actually the rest of your costume.
How'd you like that transition, Matt? Oh, it's Pleasantville. Pleasantville.
See, you can see the symbol. The first time I saw it, I didn't see it. That's an organization. It's an acronym.
Like SHIELD.
Shall we? Oh, we shall.
I'm sorry, Dottie. I didn't ask about the chairs. Devil's in the details, Bev.
First I was like,
That's not the only place he is.
As you all know, the town.
All of this is for the children.
Oh, Jesus.
The only reason I didn't clap is because I'm afraid to move. I'm Geraldine.
And I'm irritated.
How is anybody doing this sober?
I too have some top secret gossip to share. Norm here's a communist.
Gee.
Careful, mistake a big red.
Oh,
Well, hold on there a second.
he doesn't eat food.
Is gum full?
Well, my understanding is that it's purely for mastication.
Oh, no, I don't do that.
I just love that's like literally gumming up the gears, you know?
But I assure you, I don't mean anyone any harm. I don't believe you.
Who are you?
Wanda. Who's doing this to you, Wanda?
Dottie!
Struck her. He'll make
Oh, I see it.
for you.
Why don't you reach into your own damn stomach and fix this?
A staggering feat of strength.
Allow me.
What?
You weren't supposed to see how we did that trick.
That was my grandmother's piano.
Well, then I will just have to pull this hat out of myself. I'm doing it. Oh!
Is that how mirrors work? Shut up. What's in the box?
You know what's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Would you look at that?
How'd you do it?
Oh, a magician never reveals his secrets. He leaves that to his assistant.
And she's not talking.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
And all we had to do was be ourselves.
With a few modifications.
Sounds like my friend Wanda, you know what I'm saying?
Children.
Or Wanda.
What?
What is that?
Cats in the sewer.
Raphael.
Raphael.
Somebody ordered a pizza.
No. Is this really happening?
Yes, my love.
Now I got
Look at their outfits.
Who's doing the C?
I wonder how they really got that look though too.
Yep.
That like 70s.
Definitely.
Have a nice holiday. Hey, up.
Hey, buddy.
Listen, you can
Yo, my man, what are you doing?
strangest thing just happened outside with her. Whoa, Nelly!
She's been pregnant from 1960 to 1970.
How big is the baby supposed to be after 12 hours?
We ought to decide soon. I estimate the baby's due. It's due Friday afternoon.
In 3 days?
Start the clock. Time.
Your personal best.
Yes.
Oh! What's happening now?
Is that like a UFO sound?
Sound like it. Theremin.
Do these earrings make me look fat?
Oh, thank God.
Seems the people of Westview are always on the verge of discovering our secret.
I think something's wrong here, Wanda.
What?
Yes, I know what you mean. Oh no, darling, are you alright?
This is a real one. What? I thought you said Friday afternoon.
Yes. Yes, dear?
I think my water just broke.
Hydra Silk. Find the goddess within.
You'll be alright here?
Mouth.
Oh, hi, Geraldine.
Oh, God.
You know, now's not really a good time.
No.
Did you poop now too?
Look at me going on
What
and
in
on
the
like
hell
you got
is
all the time in the
happening
world. Wait,
Is that my biggest story?
it's 10 minutes before the big presentation. And Mr.
Man, get that crap out of here, my guy.
This poor man, his feet floating in the air. And I'm back in the closet.
Oh, it's coming. Oh, the baby's coming.
You're pregnant?
Well, is everything okay with the wife?
Yes. So long as we hurry.
Baby came out with a blanket and a dry head right on.
I thought about that. Now
That baby came in like.
It's probably 6 months old at this point.
Oh
There's another baby coming. Baby!
You've got 2 healthy baby boys on your hands.
Thank you, Doctor.
Small towns, so hard to escape.
Is Geraldine inside with Wanda?
I'm a twin.
Oh, here we go.
I had a brother, Pietro.
He was killed by Ultron, wasn't he?
What did you say about Pietro?
Pietro?
Who are you?
Because we're all.
Stop it!
Stop throwing hands, go about the throat. What's going on?
Catch you on the flip side, bitch.
Wanda, where's Geraldine?
Oh, she left, honey.
See the camera going?
So knocked her back into modern times.
So it's like the Truman Show.
All right, just finished watching the first 3 episodes of WandaVision. It's the first time I was seeing them. Really, it just, especially the first episode, just felt like a I Love Lucy episode with that brief moment there where it's, you know, we're in the Twilight Zone type of thing. Second episode, similar, but the way that I'm taking it is Wanda seems trapped in this world. I don't know if Vision is there or not, but it also seems like Wanda wants to also stay there and is rejecting anything that's starting to tell her that I'm I'm stuck in this world or whatever. It sucks that we can't go any further. You know, it's one of the reasons I don't know about going like episodically, because I want to finish it. I want to know what's going on, but we have to hold up. Overall, I enjoyed it, but obviously it's hard to give a rating or anything right now, so I think I'm going to refrain. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. Pastor?
So I did a live a couple weeks ago, or now, as you're watching this, doing the first 2 episodes, talking about it in like a non-spoiler kind of environment. A lot of the subscribers that are on all of our channels had not seen it yet. So we were talking about what it could be. Is it kind of like a love letter to old vintage television shows, which you kind of know now upon Googling it and finding out what the concept behind it was. Kind of is. I don't know if that pertains to the storyline or not. I think this is like still like some sort of denial thing that she's going through based off the stuff that happened in the MCU. I think because, correct me if I'm wrong, is this the first thing MCU related that we've gotten since yeah, this has to be the first thing. Yeah, I'm trying to think of, besides the obvious stuff that you guys know that happened, that character arc kind of wasn't a big deal at the end of the MCU so far. So I don't know where they're going with it. A lot of people are saying really cool things like, well, you say it's awesome. A lot of people are saying it's great. It's like the greatest thing ever. But would you like it if you weren't a fan of the MCU? Now that's a really good question. That's something we covered on the live, and I think I'd like to say I would enjoy it for the homage and the tributes.
We'll get that opinion with Jen.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, I guess we will. So then, yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. I like it. Like you, Holden, I don't know. I want to know what happens. I know someone on my Facebook page was like, enough of this like episode each week. This isn't like Mandalorian. It's like, we need to know. We're so confused. So I'm on that page too, so.
It literally feels like stopping a movie at the end of its first act and being like, what did you think? I just need more. Jeremy, what did you think?
It's interesting. It's like you kind of watch it in 2 different lights, I suppose, right? Like, are you a fan of the sitcom, the homage? I could tell there were moments early on that Matt wasn't vibing with it. If you don't like that kind of storytelling, maybe this is going to be a little bit isolating. So on one hand, it's like, do you enjoy things like Bewitched? And then on the other hand, there's this greater mystery that's going on. Holden mentioned Truman Show. Actually, Matt mentioned it first, but we were kind of mentioning Truman Show. There's definitely elements of Pleasantville in there. There's some Stepford Wives. There's a lot of different, Brady Bunch.
I appreciate you giving me that credit.
Yeah, man, you got that. I enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun. I like the cheesiness of the shows within the show. I'm very excited to see what this greater mystery is. I agree with a lot of what Holden said. This is like, I believe Sword is trying to keep her suppressed, because once she goes uncaged, like she's going Super Saiyan by the end of this. I seriously believe that she isn't gonna end up being the definitive Phase 4 antagonist. It's just a theory. I'm not speaking on spoilers or anything.
Wanda will be the antagonist?
Yes. I think Wanda's definitely going to be the villain in Multiverse of Madness, the next Doctor Strange movie, because we're seeing these worlds kind of collide. Yes, okay. Correct. Yeah, I don't have any inside information. I just know that Scarlet Witch from the comics is, especially in House of M, like she's an incredibly powerful, like god tier mutant, which she's not going to be there. But yes, it's almost like she's suppressing her emotions. We don't know what's going on with Vision. I feel a little bit of sentience there. He seems to be operating outside of her psyche, so it's almost like is part of Vision still with her through the Mind Stone? Mind Stone? Yeah, it's...
Never mind, I mean, we can't...
It's hard to know. Yeah, we definitely don't want to get into spoilers, but yes, as Pastor mentioned a minute ago, I'm really curious to hear what Jen says, because I was wondering, like, is this a good entry point for non-Marvel fans, and how that kind of hits different. But yeah, I'm a fan. The end is going to make or break it. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I'd like to know Vision's thoughts on this. Vision, what did you think of WandaVision?
I saw the first 2 episodes before I came.
I'm sorry. I just love how you're constantly just go back to just being normal.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't even know how to do. Yeah. So I had seen the first 2 episodes. This was the first time seeing the third one. Wow, the third one really hit deep, and I don't think we talked about yet because Jen hasn't seen any of the MCU stuff. So we're being kind of purposely cryptic, and there's a lot of obvious stuff maybe to us that we're just overpassing because it'll be spoiler. But I really liked Jeremy's thoughts or vision on the way this show's gonna go. I kind of see it too as that playing out, but not so much Sword trying to stop it. I think it obviously hit their radar. My theory is now we've seen Wanda's taken over, maybe she's taken over a town, used Mind Stone abilities, because that's almost went into something there. But you guys know, using those abilities to maybe those people we're seeing in the town that are acting along with it, like she took over an actual town, and so Sword's there monitoring the situation outside of it and trying to infiltrate or get members in there. And obviously we had a returnee from the Captain Marvel movie who I'm pretty certain that who'd grown up. Every time it starts to come back to reality about what's going on, she's like, nope. She's like, nope. Didn't happen. This is what I want. It's like her going through her stages of grief and dealing with it.
All right, Jen, this has got to just be really just bizarre seeing just like Vision like even on screen, and then us talking about certain stuff and being like, oh no, spoilers, totally going in having absolutely no idea. What did you think of these 3 episodes?
By the way, this is what the MCU felt like for the first time for me, so go ahead.
The first 2 episodes, I really just kept thinking, like, what in the world am I watching? Like, I just couldn't, it just didn't make any sense to me. Partly because it seemed just so simple. And I think because I haven't seen the MCU, my brain couldn't go into the realm of like hidden meanings and kind of the background on like symbolism. I know like a lot of things you guys picked up on that I'm just kind of like, what?
We see like a napkin. Like,
I know.
Don't worry, Jen, not everybody picked up the subtle stuff. I'm here with you.
But it makes me very, very anxious to see the MCU because I'm a fan of those symbolisms and the hidden meanings and all those types of situations. When they did the episode 3, I felt like I was finally getting a little bit of information, and that's what I was waiting for, kind of echoing what everybody else said. The Truman Show, Pleasantville, a lot of similarities. And I'm kind of with Holden, like, to me, it felt like such a cliffhanger as opposed to the other 2 episodes. I'm glad that we did it, but now I'm very anxious to see where it goes. I also feel a little left out because there's all this stuff everybody else knows about, and I don't even know anything about those 2 characters, especially Vision. I'm like, what is his power?
I love almost the little bit of frustration that she has. I love it so much. I don't enjoy that you're tormented, but I love that it's relatable. I love it.
It's beyond being tormented because I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna be sitting here asking Holden, well, what did that mean, Holden? And he's gonna be like, can't tell you. So I'm gonna be sitting here and I'm not gonna go online and ruin it for myself.
that also means you can't read the comments of this video.
And the good thing is, you'll figure it all out in about 23 movies after the Clone Wars.
So I'm very, very anxious to find out the future episodes. I hope that it doesn't ruin anything, but we'll just have to see. So far, it seems very different from anything that I've ever seen.
So we're gonna have to have people that Jeremy and Prime and Pastor that can kind of gauge these episodes a little bit in terms of spoiler degree. Some stuff was already spoiled today, unfortunately, but I don't know if you caught. I don't know if you caught.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
There's too much. Okay, so that's good. Because
When it happens though, I think it'll be like a reverse Easter egg. And be
like, oh, that's what they were talking about.
I know in this sword that you guys are talking about, everybody's
I will tell you right now, if you Google Sword and Shield, you're gonna get redirected to like a Pokemon thing. So it's fine. Don't worry.
And it's not in the MCU at all, really, until the very end of
the fan service.
Yeah. Still, I don't want any like blatant. There are levels of spoilers, you know, that I'm more comfortable with, but some levels that I really want to keep hidden. Anyway, Jenna, we went through all the Marvel movies together. It's been like a year. I guess Far From Home was the last Marvel content that we had received. How did you feel about it?
See, I have a different interpretation. I feel like this dome of protection, what it seems like around the town, is what she put up to keep them out, not her being trapped in there. And I don't think there's going to be a lot of spoilers in the rest of the season because it's its own little universe. I think it's Disney's way of like bringing a different generation or like people that they didn't bring in with the MCU, the original movies, or the 23 that are out. I think this is their way of like bringing new people in. I don't think that they're going to spoil that, like the main storyline with the 23 movies that are out. My guess is I don't think there's going to be a lot of big spoilers. I think that's why they said Pietro and not and that's why it's been the sword emblem and not shield and that sort of thing. Like, I think it's its own storyline that people that haven't watched it are gonna be kind of like, but understand the story. But then people that are MCU fans are going to get all these Easter eggs. So it's going to be kind of service for both new people and established, which I understand some of the references. Amazing. So far, I think it's been really good. It's definitely like thrown me off of what I thought it was going to be like. I didn't imagine that it was going to be this, you know, weird storyline of them going through the decades, but I think it's added to the confusion and piqued my interest.
Kind of going into what you just talked about, it was supposed to be Black Widow's the start into the next phase, but this is beat it out now. We're seeing things from the next phase of Marvel.
Black Widow was supposed to be like in May or June of last year.
Last
year.
And it's supposed to be May of this year, and now it's been pushed back.
So now this has kicked it off, and so this is our introduction too into.
I have faith in Disney though. I think they know what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
I like what you said about it being there for people who are fans and are just coming in. There's saying in like the comic book industry that every comic book is somebody's first comic book. So I think that they deal with that. They give those Easter eggs for nerdy people like us. But also, there's an elephant in the room with this series it's driving me crazy. That is Vision. You know, I might do a discussion about it later, actually, when I can be more spoiler-centric. Anyway, Matt, you loved the Marvel movies so much. You actually said you became a fan of them at the end. What did you think about this?
Oh, you want me in the video now? Cool. Can we just, for a moment, can we just give a round of applause for the MCU itself? The MCU as a whole, I mean, the standing ovation, fantastic series. If you haven't seen it, you're missing out so much. Seriously, it was very weird being on the side of not spoiling things. I know we've mentioned that many times. I had to really keep my mouth shut many times. Objectively about this presenting as a sitcom, I know you all hate me, but I can't stand sitcoms. That setup sort of, you see the joke coming thing, I don't like it. Having said that, I know that there's something deeper behind it. It's very obvious. So I was able to very much accept that. But in the first episode, I was like, what the hell is happening? Like, I probably felt exactly like Jen. I very much see this as Wanda's world that she's created. She threw Homegirl out. The military, whatever it was, ran up to Homegirl. And I had like these pieces. I was a little bit confused, but like now sort of wrapping my head around it, I definitely look at it. This is a fabricated world by Wanda. Sort of her coping. And processing. That's about all I can say.
My issue with that, like Prime said, is that he seems to operate outside of her consciousness, though. He was
a facet of her.
I was gonna say
possibly, but I don't know. Who knows?
I think it's completely fabricated by her. I think it's completely fabricated by her. But that's about all I got.
I mean, we know how they're connected, and so maybe there was a latch on.
Yeah, just nonchalantly talking. I forget about it.
I was like, dude, when I pulled up to Matt's house and I see Prime drive by, at first I was like, he's driving up to the wrong house because he pulled into the wrong house, and then he backed up, and I was like,
it was almost a Thanos situation where I knocked on the neighbor's door and full Thanos get up. And a kid and his mom answered, and I'm like, I think I'm at the wrong house.
I think legit was like, I don't have a costume. What are we doing today?
Let's wrap it up so I don't have another 55-minute video on this one. All right, guys, that's it for this one. I know we're just halfway through. We're not even halfway through yet, so it's hard to definitively say. Right now, it's ramping up, and we're not there yet. So I'm looking forward to more. Next week is gonna be, I don't actually know what we're gonna do yet, because Matt is gonna decide based off my Patreon recommendations of a one-off movie we're gonna do. So the week after that, we'll continue with WandaVision. There should be like 2 or 3 more episodes at that point. All right, if you enjoyed this video, leave it a like, helps my channel out a lot. Comment down below letting us know what you think. Make sure you subscribe to everybody's channel here. I'll have a link down below for them as well. Consider joining me on Patreon. It's a great way to get early access to select videos like this one. As always, we appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care.